Welcome back, and it is time for race 2 at Snetterton. I don't know, where am I starting? Oh, it's a complete... No, I'm starting in last. What is this? Not too sure how the grid is worked out. But either way, I'm starting in last place. Okay then. So this will be fun.
Green, green, green.
Oh, it is because qualifying 2. That is why. I did not participate in qualifying 2. I was looking for the regulations and it did not tell me that was why. But we shall have an interesting race 2 then, starting from the back. And as you can see, the AI are all over the grass. We shall stick it to the inside. Hope no one turns in on us, which is the case so far. And we are streaming past people already into 15th place. And that is a slow car on our line. So we've just lost 14th again, although he is very slow there. Just nip past him. Do we want to go 3 wide? Not really. There's a car on our inside, so we'll let him by. Although we retake the position. Don't know when he's going to brake there. That was a bit unfortunate. It's because the old AI brake very early when they're on the inside. Now we're going to get hit there. No, we're not. Yeah, that was one of the corners where the AI are much slower than me for some reason. So I just ran into the back of them plainly. Not much I could have really done.
Okay, we've got a little bit of pressure from the guy behind.
And we have mass slipstream, but we have nowhere to go without being a fool and risking it. Oh, and that car has rolled in a dramatic fashion. The wheel was ripped off. Oh, that was beautiful. That was actually rather terrifying, I will admit. Seeing a car tackle the sausage curb, roll over right in front of my eyes, although I am fine. In fact, I gained 2 positions from that. So I shall keep going on. And hope to gain more. So we are in 12th place after the first lap. This is a 10-lap race. Okay, so... at least we know now that the first race is the sprint race and the second race is the feature race. So it is not quite the same as GP2. Which I initially assumed it would be copied off. GP3 even. It's not the same as GP3. But never mind, because we have a fun race in front of us now, and they are going to shut the door on us. Thankfully, we did not get spun, which is very easily the case when you have contact like that. But we just need to take it easy at the moment. We need to remember we have more lock that we can use than normal. Still need to get used to that. As you can see, they're just so slow through that corner. And he's going to try and squeeze us. I don't think he was meaning to. He was just more stuck to that AI line that they must use. And now he's on the inside. Oh, and he gives us a tap and puts us onto the grass and over the curb. Curbs are deadly to drive over. And we are going to lose a position now. Potentially. We might be able to hold it. I don't really want a car on our inside here.
1 second lead, you're still right on him.
And we've ran wide with him. There's the wheel of the stricken car. And now we've actually lost a position from that. We ran wide because I was being rather tentative with a car on the inside on that corner. I didn't really want to go all balls out and, well... what is done is done. So we're in 13th place now. We've actually lost a position this lap. We shall keep pushing and hopefully gain more positions. Oh, and that is a advertisement boarding on the circuit, which is always interesting to see on a straight, knowing how somehow somebody has gone off. So we've really closed in that first corner. Really, really closed on everyone. As we lose the rear end, we keep it held. Shifting down. I am making a lot of mistakes by shifting too early, which sends the rear end out and causing us to lose time to the cars ahead. But here is the other corner where we gain a lot. Will we shove it down the inside? No, we won't, because he goes and shoves it down the inside, although he pulls out very early. And there is this large gaggle of cars right in front of us. So if we can latch onto them, we should be able to gain a lot of positions. Though, like I say, the AI is mental and may cause us to actually lose more positions than gain. So we are really closing. That wheel is still there. Hitting debris is a legit thing. You do not want to do it. But we may have an overtake up in front of us. No, he's quit out of it. I'm taking this very slowly this time. And we do have an overtake in front of us because he shoves him right off the circuit, giving the position to us, which is very helpful indeed. Although we do not want to be pushed into that advertisement. But we have taken 12th place again as we start the 4th lap. A good run through turn 1 compared to the AI, although we had a close accident there, and that was not meant to happen. As we're getting bumped from the back, and oh dear. It's a very touring car-like at the moment, with push to pass, people pushing others to pass. But never mind, because we are in at 9th place. And I need to defend that inside, although we get hit. And hit more. Really, we want to pass these guys here, but it's not going to happen because they are so slow on the apex. And they are beside each other, so we can't go by them. We have a car on our outside, which we need to keep our eye out for. But hopefully we've gapped them now, although they will have slipstream, and I might struggle here. I think we do have it. They are pulling away in front, so we need to be cautious.
This guy's all over you, fill in the mirrors. Time to cover the inside line and brake as late as you can.
I mean, isn't that the same thing when you're overtaking? Take the inside and brake as late as you can. And again, we need to be careful when their cars are fighting up ahead in these sections. I don't actually know Snetterton too well because I've never driven it other than this, ever, I don't think. Especially not the new layout. This is quite new to me, and we might be able to go up the inside at turn 1. Yes, we can. We did have a bad line through there. We could have got the other car if we hadn't have had to take the inside. And the AI seemed to be really good in the later phase of the brakes. That is when they seem to be much faster than me. And like when I see them behind and think they're not going to be able to pass me into this, especially this corner, but then they just get by on the brakes. So I have to defend, and of course I'm not catching the guy ahead if I'm defending like mad.
Try to get a good run out the last corner and slipstream past him on the straight.
So we have closed right on to 9th place. But he is faster than us in some parts and much slower than us in others. But we are halfway through this race, and we've gained 10 places. So give us another half, and we'll gain 10 more, surely, if only. Now we might actually have a run on this car going into the final corner, which is something we don't want, so I'm going to brake early and just make sure I get through it safely, rather than risk an accident, which is something that is not needed this early on in the season.
That's your fastest lap so
So
far
that was
today.
actually our fastest lap, interestingly enough. So he's going to move to the outside like that. We have the inside, but he's outbraked us. I was careful on the brakes because, like I keep saying, they do enjoy turning in on you, and I would not want that to happen. Although I am not too displeased not overtaking him because we are closing on the guys ahead, which is always helpful. Although this guy behind us is still latched on. We have dropped the other guys, but he is still latching on to us. So as we get a decent run, but again, we just don't want to risk an accident. Yeah, this corner is the one that we seem to struggle on. I'm not too sure what I'm doing wrong with my line, but it's a very bad line. They're just taking it much better.
Keep pushing and see if you can take him under braking into the slow corners.
And now I'm at risk of this guy. Oh, and he's gone straight into the back of us. Sent us up into the air, taken our position. As we rejoin the track dangerously, but we didn't have much of an option. So we've been booted out of 10th place, quite literally. Not too sure what the damage status is, but we live in, which is the main thing. Damage feels neutral. I'm not crabbing in any way, so although I seem to be rather slow in comparison to the car behind on the straight. But never mind, because we have turn 1, which is where we pull away. We might struggle to gain any more positions this race after that punt, which is a big shame. Although we are closing, I would say, on the guy ahead, so maybe we can get revenge. But we are definitely, I think, slow. Possibly from the damage. Because look at that, a car behind just right closed up. I think we are struggling with something.
Looks like there's one on your tail. Start defending your position. Cover the inside line and the braking areas.
And our engineer giving us the most useless information ever again. We go on to lap 8 of 10.
Car ahead pulls the gap up to 5 seconds. Keep on it.
We are going to struggle to gain anything from this race now. I wonder how actually the point system is for the feature race, because of course the points should be more in the feature race than the sprint race. So I wonder how the points are. That will be quite interesting. And if they're the same, then that's good news for us, because we've had this poor race. That was a bit of a better line this time. He's not on the back of us, so we should be safe. I'm pretty sure we're not catching the guys ahead, which is a big shame. It's a big shame that we got punted off. Although I think we are actually maybe catching them, because I think we're setting our best laps here. We did have a good run on that corner that we normally struggle on, so perhaps we're doing something. The guy behind us is definitely much more competitive than anyone else that was ever behind us. And into the beautiful sun. This game is fantastic looking.
That was the fastest lap
So
of the
set the
race.
fastest lap of the race there. Which is interesting, because like the guy behind, I wouldn't say is much different to the gap, although we've closed a bit on the guys ahead. Whether that's because of the first corner or not, there are more cones all over the track. 10th place might be on the cards here if we can close them before we start the last lap. If we can get on their backs before the end of the lap, we have a good chance to nab 10th place. And of course the car will be going faster now the fuel is burning down. The tyres are probably warming up and probably optimal. So the car will be getting faster and faster every lap, and we are definitely catching them now. But we have an awful corner. I just don't see what's going wrong there. We're just understeering away from the apex, which of course is slow. So we have actually closed on the guys behind, but the guys ahead, whilst the guy behind has not changed his gap. So the guys ahead are fighting, and the guy behind is keeping with us. It's going to be tough now because we are not on their backs. And they've got the slipstream train going on, so they are able to pull away even further on the straights. It's going to be tough.
The driver in front increased the gap to 3 seconds, but you're still very, very close. Keep pushing on him, keep pushing.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult, to say the least, but we shall never give up. All it takes is for one accident while one of them tries to overtake, and we are in there. And you've all seen how mental this AI are, so that's very well on the cards. Although we do not want to go off the curb, we took too much of the inside line there. And we got the tail out, which is a bad thing. And our least favourite corner of the circuit now, so the dream is probably over. So we hit the apex that time and almost ran wide. I just can't get that corner right for some reason. And we are really slow there as well, it seems. But barring a mental pass by one of them on the last corner, which has not happened, we are going to take home 11th place, which isn't too bad considering we started 20th and considering we got punted off the road very early on in the race. But we'll take it, we have to take it. We have no other option. And the guys ahead, I don't know the names of people at the moment. Oh, we'll have to learn them and see who the rivals are. But the points were the same. That is interesting. Or were they? Race 2. I was not 10th, was I? Did I take 10th at the end there, or? I am not too sure. We did get the fastest lap in the second race, so we did get that bonus point, which is good. See, this guy in second, he might be a problem because he got second in both races. So I'll have to keep an eye out on him for sure. But after race 2, we are in 6th place, which I will take. I have to take. But we are a bit behind. But in Formula C, in GP3, in all these like F3 series, you can get away with being a bit behind. You can gain points easily. With 2 races every weekend, it's a good place for points. So that was the first weekend of our Project Cars career. I might split this up into 2 videos. I am not too sure because that second race was quite long. I shall have to see. But next weekend, if we have a look at the calendar, well, there'll be a few more weekends. We will be at Alton Park. So, I shall see you next time for Alton Park.